What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in this video series of building a website from the ground up. If you guys are new to this video series, be sure to check out that link down below to join the playlist and continue on in this video series. If you guys are brand new to the channel, be sure and smash that nice red looking subscribe button, join the family, be notified of upcoming videos just like this one. And guys, if you missed last video, I talked all about website domains and where to get them at, as well as website hosts and which one is my preferred one. And my preferred host is SiteGround hosting. They have super fast hosting. If you're interested in upgrading to SiteGround, whether you're just starting out or maybe you're transferring from an old host, check out that link down below in the description. It will be that link that says SiteGround hosting. It is a phenomenal and the fastest host I've ever used. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump over here to my computer, and we're on namecheap.com. This is actually where I registered my latest domain and the domain that we'll be using for this tutorial series. But I don't normally register domains here, but I did want to try this out. So I'm still trying to, work all their back end and figure out how they do everything here. But what we're doing is actually connecting my domain name that is on namecheap.com over here to my SiteGround account where I have the hosting. And again, a quick thank you to SiteGround for actually offering free hosting to me for this video series. It's not sponsored by SiteGround, but it is very nice of them that they actually offered to help me out for this video series. Again, I've been with them for probably like 2.5 years now, but our relationship is even growing as I continue to make videos just like this. And so that's super awesome. I'm super excited to be working with this company. They are just great company. Anyway, back to the hosting here. So we have our hosting all set up and we've already made the purchase. We just need to go ahead and set up our domain name and start building out our website. So here in the back end of my SiteGround account here, I'm going to go over to websites and just go over to websites here, and you can see we have the option to create a new website. All right, so let's go ahead and create a new website here, and this will bring us over to the options where we can go ahead and select our domain. Now our three options here are we can select a new domain if you want to register a new domain through SiteGround, and that's always a very easy option. If you guys haven't chosen a domain elsewhere, I would definitely recommend just checking it out through SiteGround. If you already have a domain, which is what we have in this case, we can get an existing domain, and then you can also get a temporary domain. Let's go ahead with the existing domain, and then we'll just go ahead and put in our domain name. And again, I got a super short domain name. I am super excited about that. It's just tyler.id, which I'm super excited about. So let's go ahead and hit continue here. And then we get a little warning message here just saying that the domain you wish to use is not registered in your SiteGround account, meaning we haven't already purchased it through SiteGround. It's just saying that you're going to have to actually manually point the DNS settings over to the server. So hit continue to continue on, and so we'll just hit continue, and we were expecting that. That's what we wanted here. So let's go ahead and just start building. So our options here are very nice. Right off the bat, SiteGround wants to help us either migrate our website over from another host if we're coming from a different host, or start a new website. And this is actually very easy. We can actually click this and start installing WordPress, which is very simple. But I'm actually going to save that for another video where it makes more sense when we install WordPress and go over some other things that's happening with that. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and hit skip and create an empty site. So let's do that there. And then we have the option here to add the SG Site Scanner. Basically, it's a monitoring service that checks the website daily and immediately notifies you if there's any kind of hacks or injections or malicious code on your website. And before you're like, oh, that'll never happen to my website, I've actually had that happen before to multiple websites of mine, which is kind of like almost scary that people are able to do that so easily through DNS settings or even like WordPress exploits. They're able to just get in there and put in bad code. So you may want to consider this. For this case, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to have too much like sensitive information on my website. But if there was anything, like very valuable and careful, things you want to be careful about on your website, I would definitely consider doing that. And boom, we're all set. So that took like 20 seconds. Right over here, this is what we need. It says point your domain. Please point your domain to the new host server. Your new DNS are ns1.this website and ns2.this website right here. So perfect, that's what we need, but let's go ahead and actually show you how to get to this just in case you don't see this right here. What we're gonna do is go over to websites, and all we're looking for is our domain name that we just set up right here, tyler.id, and this is the website right here under our websites section of SiteGround, and we'll just click on Site Tools, and that will bring up all of SiteGround's tools to handle our website that is being now hosted here on SiteGround. So what are we actually looking for here? Well, right here on the dashboard, we can actually just go right down here, and right here it says under site information, name servers, and here are our name servers that we need. Now you'll notice there is the actual name. This is an actual URL that you can copy and paste over on your domain name, or here's a number, and this is going to be an IP address. So what we're going to do is see what Namecheap wants, because I've never done it through Namecheap, but typically they're fine just accepting the website URL. Again, that IP address is going to refer them to the same spot, so it doesn't really matter, but first let's go ahead and just try the URL. All right guys, so we're here in the back end of Namecheap, and again, I've never done this before, but I am going to kind of do this on the fly here. So again, it will be a little bit different for each domain registrar that you went through. So GoDaddy, if you registered your domain there, will be a little bit different. If you registered it through Bluehost, maybe it'll be a little bit different. But for the most part, what we're looking for is a list of domains, and then you want the settings for that domain. So over here, I'm going to go to domain list. I am going to click on this manage button because that pertains to the settings for this specific domain. So I hit manage, and we're going into the settings for that domain. Now, once we're in the settings for that domain, all you need to do is look for the word name servers. Sometimes it will be under your DNS settings. Sometimes you have to look for DNS or some kind of DNS settings. Right here you can see it says premium DNS. We have name servers right here. That's what we're looking for, but it says Namecheap basic DNS. So sometimes the two words are related, but what you're really looking for, the end goal, is looking for name servers. So right here we have name servers. We're going to go ahead and click this drop down because we want to switch it off of Namecheap's name servers and switch it over to SiteGround's name server. So let's go ahead and click this here. We'll go over to custom DNS because now we're making a change. So if it's GoDaddy, it's probably on GoDaddy's name servers. You'll want to switch it to custom so you can go ahead and put in your own name servers. And then what we're doing is actually going back here and copying these name servers. Now there's two of them. There's NS1, which stands for name server 1, and NS2, which stands for name server 2. So let's go ahead and just copy this URL right here, and we'll go ahead and paste it in right here, and then we'll go back and do the same thing for the second one, NS2. Let's go ahead and just copy this URL right there, and we'll go back and paste it in right here, and boom, just like that, we are good to go. Everything should be good. We'll hit this little check mark that has a save button. Sometimes there'll be like an update button at the very bottom. And again, now once this is saved, it might take a few minutes to actually save, but once it is actually saved, you are pretty much done linking your domain name to your host. Yep, it actually saved, and right up here you can see it has 48 hours to take into effect. So this is not guaranteed that this will go through right away. For the most part, I've had websites go through within about 30 minutes, but that's no guarantee, guys. There's no guarantee that that will actually happen. It can take up to 48 hours, and this whole process is called propagating. So when your website is actually propagating, when your domain name is propagating over to your host, that is the transfer of basically the name servers being switched from the originals over to the host. But that's it, guys. Once your domain name has fully propagated over to your host and the whole propagation process is complete within the next 48 hours, you guys will be all set and ready to start designing and developing your website. There are a few steps we want to take before we actually start building out our first page, so I will be showing you those in the next videos coming up. So again, you can click on that playlist link down below if you want to continue on in this video series. It is very, very helpful, and so I definitely recommend you check that out. Again, if you want to upgrade or just add in SiteGround hosting for your website, I highly recommend it. The link is down below in the description. That's SiteGround, and they are really just the fastest web host I have ever used. So I highly recommend them. And again, thank you guys for watching today's video. If you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button and the like button, it would really help this video get boosted in the YouTube algorithm. And that's it, guys, for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.